Let's talk about June 27th, 2025. Think this date is random, not a chance. This isn't about luck, it's about destiny. You were handpicked for this very moment way before you even knew it. Now, hearing Kozen might make you flinch. Me, ready. After all I've been through, I get it. But listen, perfection isn't the ticket here. You're here because you've got something vital, something the world is starved for. Every single thing you've endured, the quiet struggles, the painful lessons, that wasn't life picking on you. That was boot camp. While others got the spotlight, you were being forged. While they sprinted, you were in a holding pattern, and that hold, purely intentional, because what's brewing in you needed time, it needed grit, it needed that stillness before the storm of your impact. And guess what? The quiet time is over. There's a real power in how things line up, felt invisible, maybe, but not a single step of your path was missed by the universe. What was buried is now breaking ground. What puzzled you is about to make perfect sense. That's the real reason you couldn't throw in the towel, even when every fiber of your being screamed to. It's why your spirit wouldn't quit when circumstances tried to flatten you. You weren't made to be crushed, you were made to ascend. And here you are, not a prisoner of your history, but a conduit for your calling. This is it, the exact moment your soul has been prepping for. The world needs you to step up, now more than ever. So, straighten your spine, not with ego, but with the quiet confidence of someone who knows they're on assignment. You were picked. You were sent. The time is now. Take a quick look over your shoulder, not to get stuck there, but to really see the gauntlet you've run. The tempests, the seasons of silence, the betrayals that offered no answers, the nights you cried out into the void. Those weren't just scars, they were stripes earned. That was your advanced training. You were being refined, not rejected, and if it felt like your world was shattering, it was actually a breaking edge open, clearing space for something far greater to rise from your core. It's tempting to think suffering means you're off track or forgotten. The truth, those shadowy seasons were hallowed ground. They built your backbone, stretched your staying power, and burned off everything that couldn't make the journey with you to this next chapter. There's a solid reason things didn't unfold when you wanted them to. You weren't being held back, you were being built up. You had to let go of certain people to find your true compass. You had to walk some paths alone to clearly hear that inner voice. You had to hit walls so your faith could grow beyond the superficial. And look at you now, stronger, wiser, more centered, and undeniably sure. You now possess something that can't be learned from a textbook on easy street. It had to be forged in the heat. All this time, it wasn't punishment. It was preparation for a responsibility few are equipped to handle. Don't waste energy regretting the journey, it was your proving ground. And with that prep work complete, you can move forward with absolute clarity. Know this, the very pain that tried to dismantle you is now the bedrock of your purpose. There comes a point when the hidden truth has to surface, not just for others, but for you. You've carried heavy questions. Why me? Why the different path? Why did doors slam shut for me when they swung wide for others? The answers are bubbling up, because when the destined time arrives, truth can't be suppressed. The haze lifts and you see with startling clarity what your spirit knew all along. You were never meant to just fit in. You were marked, summoned, and reserved for something that transcends the everyday. That's why the well-trodden paths felt wrong. That's why you couldn't just follow the herd. Your soul resonated with a truth that didn't align with the system's noise. For ages, you might have doubted your worth, blind to the fact that the very things making you feel out of place were signposts for your mission. But now, the curtain is ripped. The mirages are dissolving. The raw truth of who you are and your assignment is surging forward. The world tried to label you too much or not enough. But the revelation is here. You are precisely as you were meant to be, and those misunderstood parts of you, they're the very beacons that will guide others. This is the hour of your unveiling, of stepping into your authentic self. What was under wraps is now being broadcast. So eyes open, heart steady, trust what's being laid bare. Because once you've seen the truth, you can't unsee it. There's a moment in every true journey when the universe declares now, not when you feel 100% ready, not when everything looks picture perfect, but when your spirit has been tested, matured, and aligned with the gravity of your task. That moment is here. Your spiritual level up has been authorized, not by people, not by titles, but by the unseen forces that witnessed your quiet dedication. You didn't chase external validation, you chose inner alignment. You didn't look for shortcuts, you stayed your course. It cost you, it looked like you were falling behind, but in reality, you were being elevated where no one could see. That phase is over. The shift has occurred in spirit, and soon it will show up in your reality. The authority you now carry, the peace you exude, the clarity in your words, it won't be overlooked. This isn't about self-importance, it's about responsibility. With this advancement comes greater duty, wider impact, and stronger guidance. You're done with just surviving. You're operating with divine strategy. The right people, the resources, the open doors, they're not coincidences, they're synchronicities. You've shifted from waiting to acting, from hoping to knowing. No need for long explanations anymore. Your actions will speak. Your light will show the way. Move forward, not as someone hoping for a chance, but as someone already tasked by a higher power. Because once your next level is greenlit from above, nothing on earth can stop it. Now that the call is crystal clear and the go-ahead is given, there's zero room for waffling. You must step into complete follow-through, not halfway, not if-then, but all in. This isn't the time to second, guess or hunt for more signs. You've heard it, you've seen it, you've felt it. Following through is no longer a nice to have, it's mission critical. And get this, follow-through isn't just about doing stuff. It's about being in sync. It's choosing to act when it's uncomfortable. It's speaking up when your voice trembles. It's trusting when the end isn't in sight. It's waking up every day with a quiet determination to walk your path, whether anyone cheers or even gets it. Because you're not answering to the crowd, you're answering a higher directive. You can't carry the weight of this calling if you're still dragging around the dead weight of procrastination. The era of almost there is done. The version of you that was still debating readiness needs to step aside. The universe isn't looking for flawlessness, it's looking for your willing eyes. Full follow-through means you trust the next step even when the whole staircase is hidden. It means doing the right thing even when it's unpopular. It means trading comfort for purpose. And yes, it will demand things of you. It might demand old friendships, habits, former identities, and the fantasy of being in control. But what you get in return is divine insight, a peace that defies logic, and a life so meaningful it can't be bought or faked. You weren't kept safe just to stay safe. You were chosen to bring light to shadowed places. And light doesn't wait for an invitation to shine. So this is the moment. Stop delaying, stop shrinking, stop haggling with your destiny. You've processed enough, you've waited enough. Now, move. What's happening isn't just about you, it's a worldwide phenomenon. You can sense it. Something is fundamentally changing. Old structures are failing. Illusions are being stripped away. Everywhere people are stirring, questioning norms, seeking something authentic, something deeper. This is beyond just a phase, it's a collective spiritual awakening. And you're not just observing it, you're integral to it. You are a crucial player in this divine play. You didn't just land in this world by chance. You were dispatched here for this exact period, for a purpose bigger than yourself. You've been awakened not merely to escape the darkness, but to meet it with truth, love, and your inherent authority. The path you've trod, the pain you've overcome, the wisdom you've accrued, it wasn't solely for your own healing. It was to equip you to uplift others. Your life is a map, a beacon, a signal to those still lost in the fog. And you're not flying solo. Across the globe, others like you are stepping up. The quiet ones, the misunderstood ones, the ones who were hidden. People refined in silence, now emerging with clarity and conviction. This is the ascent of the called, the chosen, the awakened. It's no longer about titles or stages, it's about genuine impact. It's about aligned action. It's about knowing who you are and why you're here. This is a divinely orchestrated movement. You are synced with heaven's timing. When you speak, your words land. When you act, environments shift. When you live your truth, others find the courage to do the same. That's how awakening spreads, not by force, but through authentic alignment. So don't you dare minimize your presence. Don't muffle your voice. You are not insignificant. You are not behind schedule. You are not out of the running. You are perfectly on time. And your eyes right now, it could be the very catalyst that liberates generations.